Hello everybody, welcome back to another English lesson. If you don't know who I am, let me show you. My name is, where is it? Not this way, this way. Nick Ramsey. I'm an English teacher in Japan. I'm in Gifu Prefecture in central Japan, and I've been here for over 20 years teaching English. Okay, let me turn that off. And we'll start today. We're going to talk about Emma Raducanu, the British tennis player who recently won the US Open. But before that, let's do some small talk. And the title is Changing a Light Bulb. So the other day, in our living room, we have a large ceiling light. But the light bulb went out. So my wife called me to take out the old light bulb, which I did, and she went to the home centre to buy a new one. So by the time she got back, it was quite dark and we couldn't see very well. She gave me the light bulb and I put it in, but it still didn't work. So I thought, oh no, the light itself must be broken. So I detached the ceiling light, and then the next morning we were going to go to the electronics store to buy a new ceiling light when I noticed the new light bulb that my wife bought was still in the box. We never opened it. Instead, she gave me the old light bulb and I just put it back in. So when I put in the new light bulb, it worked and we saved ourselves some money. So that was a funny story. Okay, now today then, we're going to talk about, here we go, Emma Raducanu, if I have pronounced that right. Emma Raducanu, she's only 18 years old and she won the US Open. So we're going to look at a news article from BBC Sport, and they interviewed, let me show you, they interviewed this guy, Andy Murray. Now Andy Murray, he's very famous in the UK. He won 3 Grand Slam tennis tournaments himself. So they interviewed Andy Murray about Emma Raducanu's triumph in New York. Let's have a look. Now, you can pause the video and repeat me, or you can try to shadow talk. Okay, you ready? Here we go. The 18-year-old became the first British woman to win a Grand Slam singles title in 44 years when she beat Leylah Fernandez in the final. She also became the first qualifier in history to claim a major. Leylah Fernandez, I think, is Canadian, and she's also a teenager, maybe only 2 months older or younger than Emma Raducanu. So really quite amazing for both of them. Yeah, now let's have a look at, yes, she beat Leylah Fernandez in the final. I'm going to switch to my, hold on. Let's have a look at my whiteboard here, and I'll give you a few sentences using beat or similar words here. Just a second. Edit. Number 1. Okay, now recently in the football, Japan beat China 1-0. In sports, especially football, we say nil for 0, and that's spelt N-I-L. Of course, in tennis, it's love. But in football, 1-0. Japan beat China 1-0. Okay. You could use the passive tense. Hold on. China was beaten 1-0 by Japan in the football. China was beaten 1-0 by Japan in the football. When we use was, we're thinking of China as one single team. But it's perfectly okay to think of China as a group of players, in which case you can also say China were beaten 1-0 in the football. Okay, so if you want to say win or lose, just a moment, did I skip a line? No, that's right. Yeah, Japan won 1-0. Japan won 1-0. The pronunciation of 1 and the number 1 are the same, and in this case you don't need to mention China. If you want to, you could say Japan won 1-0 against China. That's fine. Likewise with lose, China lost 1-0 against Japan or to Japan. That's okay too. Japan won 1-0, China lost 1-0. Okay, let's go back to oopsie daisy. Hang on a second. Let's go back to the article here, and we'll move on to the next part. This is Andy Murray. He was quoted as saying, and please repeat or shadow talk, "What she did in New York was very special, a huge boost for British tennis, and gives, hopefully, the governing bodies an opportunity to capitalise on that and get more and more kids involved in the sport." Okay, we're talking about Emma Raducanu. What she did was very special, and it hopefully gives the governing bodies, meaning the tennis organisations, an opportunity to capitalise on that success. So this phrase capitalise, to capitalise, means to take advantage of, to benefit from. So let's go back to the whiteboard and we'll make some more sentences using capitalise. So here's a good example. She capitalised on her opponent's mistake and won the game. She capitalised on her opponent's mistake and won the game. Okay, number 2. Online English schools capitalised on, or a similar meaning, cashed in on the COVID-19 pandemic. Online English schools cashed in on the COVID-19 pandemic because nobody could go to a regular school. They started to study online. And one more. They took advantage of the situation. So they capitalized on the situation. They took advantage of the situation. Okay, right. So let's go back. Yeah, that's what we did before. And the final paragraph here. Again, please repeat or shadow talk. Here we go. Murray, 34, said, like many others involved in British tennis, he knew she was extremely good, and that Raducanu's run to the 4th round at Wimbledon was a telling glimpse of how good she could be. She was extremely good, and if you watched my last video, she was super good. Yeah, she went to the 4th round of Wimbledon, and now she has won the US Open. But her performance at Wimbledon was a telling glimpse of how good she could be. It was a sneak preview, a preview of what she could do in the future. So let's go back to the whiteboard, and this time we'll look at the phrase glimpse. Okay, so if you are very lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a blue whale. If you are very lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a blue whale. Perhaps if you go on holiday to Hawaii or somewhere nice like that, where blue whales roam free. Number 2, let's see. Did you get a glimpse? Whoops. Did you get a glimpse of the answer key? Now, sometimes my English students, especially the children, they like to look at my book to find the answers before I give them a test. And I say, "Oi, did you get a glimpse of the answer key?" Okay, number 3. Let's see here. I only caught a glimpse of the number plate. I only caught a glimpse of the number plate. The number plate, the license plate of a car or a truck. So perhaps if there is some kind of traffic accident, and maybe the offender sped off, drove off really quickly, and you only caught a glimpse of the number plate. Did you remember the number? It's very difficult. Only a glimpse. Only a very, very short time. Okay, so let's go back now to where we were before. And that was the article from the BBC about Emma Raducanu's success. Okay, now I'm going to ask you 3 questions, but before I do, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It would make me very, very happy indeed. Okay, so 3 questions. Let me prepare here. Question 1. Okay, yes. Question 1. Have you ever beaten somebody in a game? Pause the video and answer the question. Okay, so a funny story. When I first came to Japan in 1997, I went to a summer festival at a hospital. And they did a competition, a contest, where we had to eat peanuts with chopsticks from a paper plate. Did we eat the peanuts or did we put them in a bowl? I can't remember. But, you know, people expected me to be really bad at using chopsticks. But I use chopsticks in the UK. Not so often, but we do use chopsticks sometimes, especially with Chinese food. So I was doing really well and I was winning. I was beating this little boy who was trying really hard to catch up. And I was about to finish when all the mothers and fathers, they said, Niku, please wait, let's take a photo. So I paused holding a peanut in my chopstick while they took photos. And they're saying, no, one more. And of course, the little boy, he overtook me and won the contest, which was funny and good for him because he did very, very well. Okay, question 2 is, let's see, how will you take advantage of the good weather? We are having some nice weather here this week. How will you take advantage of the good weather? Pause the video and answer the question. Okay? All right. Well, as for me, you know I love hiking, so I will probably go for another hike this weekend. All right? I hope you have a good time on your day off. Okay, the third question and the last question. Let's see. Okay. Did you catch a glimpse of the picture? What was it? So I'm going to show you a picture. See if you can catch a glimpse and tell me what it was. You ready? Here we go. Wait. Did you see it? Okay, pause the video and try to describe the picture you caught a glimpse of. Okay, welcome back. You were very, very close. It was a boy wearing a hot dog costume. The perfect costume for Halloween or a costume party. I love this. I love this. I use that card with the children. Hot dog boy, hot dog boy. They love hot dog boy. Okay, everybody, so that's it for today. Great job. I hope you learned something new. If you liked this video, hold on, turn that off and go to click this. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you like. And please follow me on Twitter. Hey followers, nice to see you. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you.